ascending dimensions. Ascension is a natural human process. It is a process of awakening from the collapse of the physical body, 3D, to the transformation into a light body, 5D. Everything you desire is readily available. The universe provides everything you require. However, you must first free yourself of all energy bonds associated with your mind and ego. Our consciousness shifts with each thought. A thought may occur and then be absorbed into the greater pattern of our existence. We go about our days as though life is one big endless loop, but are we truly aware of this? There exists an underlying pattern of thoughts that we all share. We don't recognize it because the pattern is consistent, but it isn't constant. Once you've reached a certain level of mindfulness, you'll notice how your mind is always changing in subtle ways. You'll observe that in all of the twists, turns, and jumps, the mind takes part in a greater pattern that is just as intricate and lovely as the mind itself. There is no way to describe what this pattern looks like except to say it's complicated. It's not so much something that has been figured out. It is more of a puzzle that continues to be refigured by itself. The more you gain mastery in this domain, the more of these patterns will become apparent to you. They'll be woven into the fabric of your life like thread made from pure gold. The mind will start to wake up while remaining conscious of the mechanics and outcomes of its own thoughts. You may notice how it's constantly engaging in a curious debate with itself, and not just about what feels right and wrong, but about the whole process of living itself. You'll see that these changes happen so quickly sometimes that they seem to be an act of God. You might even get a sense that the mind itself is playing games with you, that it's trying to trick you into seeing things in a certain way. But don't let this discourage you. As long as you maintain awareness of what's happening in your mind, these tricks won't work on you anymore. All these jolts in your consciousness are just the result of your mind trying to make sense of the world around it. And when your mind is not detracted by the world around you, then that's when something amazing happens. Your consciousness expands. When one thought passes, another does not follow. There is a gap between our thoughts. That gap is called no mind or void, and through it, we can experience something called ascension. You might have noticed that when you're paying full attention to something, sometimes something else happens. Something subtle happens. Your mind dissolves into something bigger. There will be no thought. The superconsciousness has entered your being. So maybe you're watching a movie or listening to music, and you don't notice that your mind has wandered off. Or maybe you're walking through a forest, and you start thinking about what it would be like if you could fly, and then suddenly, the trees around you aren't there anymore. That is the power of no mind. It has the ability to change everything about how we perceive things in our lives. So, it is possible to have a long, endless experience of pure bliss and be fully present in it without any thoughts interfering with or changing the experience. You'll almost feel as if you've merged with the infinite space around you. It's like you are one with the whole universe, but it's not expressed through words because there is no separation between you and the universe. There are no boundaries or limits to where you can go with this state. It is completely independent of any thoughts or concepts. In the void, even the concept of time disappears because what matters most is the now moment. The now moment never ends and goes on for all eternity. An experience of no mind cannot be forced, and it can only arise by letting go of all concerns, releasing all attachment to the outcome, and trusting in the natural character and process of life. In that experience, we do not have a personal agenda. There is no self or other. There is only one. The ancients referred to this unity and love as God. That is what the mystics since time immemorial have called God or truth, neither of which they held to be a separate entity independent from themselves or something to be found somewhere else. This realization of that divine principle within is termed ascension. Free your mind and heart from every preoccupation and focus on your spiritual essence. Let everything fall away except the recognition of this essential reality. Then you will know everything with clarity and wisdom, in unity as one. If you are having trouble living in this world, if you feel that nothing really matters and that you don't really belong, it's time to go through your own ascension. You gain a new opportunity to live and a new way to change your life. You become completely relaxed and at peace at the same time. The more you ascend, the more possibilities are open to you. Every day is the first day of your life. We love you dearly. We are here with you. We are your family of light. We are the Galactic Federation. Aho. This is a message to humanity from Aurora Ray, Ambassador of the Galactic Federation.